Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky, and today we're going to actually be working on an 8.5 by 11 layout. Can you believe it? I know a couple videos back I said I want to do a couple 8.5 by 11, so that's what I'm doing right here. You can see I have a big chunk of paper and then just a wood grain paper. That big chunk of paper was not quite 8.5, so I did have to add a little extra on the side, which is fine because that kind of directed me on where this layout was going in the first place, right? Because now I have those two strips on the side, so that's going to kind of be the base of the layout. I'm going to do strips. I did still have some leftover papers that are with this collection. This is the Bloom with Grace collection by Close to My Heart, and you can see here I do have some strips left, so I'm just kind of ripping those apart. I do end up using this brown piece of paper. Now that brown wood grain and also the wood grain I put on the side, it's the same piece. That was not a Close to My Heart, although we do now have just a wood grain and paper pack. It is in the new annual catalog, so it'll be around for the next year. I did pick a pack of that up, and you guys are not going to believe this. I've lost so much stuff the past couple months. It's like my mind is included in that. I mean, things are just getting lost. It's ridiculous. So right here, you can see I also used another piece of that wood grain to put up at the top. I'm going to use that kind of like as a title spot. In fact, I'm working on a layout right now. It's on my desk, and I'm doing that same thing. Is I'm just taking a strip, and that's what I'm using as my title. Apparently this is something I'm into right now. So to map my photo, I don't map the whole thing. It's just kind of like over on the left hand side. Did you see what I did? I kind of just put it on one of the 4x6 cards just to get a little bit of a mat, but the photo is going to hang over onto these strips, so you can't really, I mean, you can tell it's not matted on that side, but it is sitting on paper, and I think it gives it a little something extra. I think it turned out really cute. Now, this is quick and simple. Again, it's 8.5 by 11 layout. I've only done 8.5 by 11 maybe a handful of times, so it's going to probably take me a minute to get used to the format. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these, but I do think it's a really great alternative just to give you something extra in your album. Also, it's a great thing to do to use those larger scraps, right? Because you could just make a total whole layout with that large scrap and then just the small scraps that you have left behind. I think it's really pretty cool. Now that love I put up there on that wood grain paper strip, that is a sticker from One Canoe 2. I popped it up on some foam tape. And then those leaves, which are going to serve as my embellishments, they are some leaves I stamped out and colored with a water brush. It was from a Close to My Heart stamp. We'll revisit that later. I'll show you. And then I do put a gold sticker down at the bottom. It says happiness. And also a label, this label right here up at the top. I took it apart because I didn't like having that big of a mat around the photo. I thought it would be okay and I would like it, but turns out I didn't. Which is kind of funny because, again, the layout that is on my desk right now that I'm working on, I have a large mat around it, and it's fine. This particular layout, I did not like that large mat. So, yes, I went ahead and trimmed it down. But you see what I'm talking about? I tucked part of that yellow underneath those strips, and so that photo is just going right there over the paper strips. I think that looks so cute. I love it. And when I edited this photo, I did it in Photoshop something. It's on my phone. But there was one that turned it black and white and just left certain colors in there. You could have done red, blue, whatever. I did green, so you can see the green grass that's behind him. But for the most part, the photo is black and white. I think that looks so cool. I would encourage you guys to play around with some photo editing because you can come up with some really cool things. Now, a lot of it does take away from the true, what was really going on in the photo, but whatever. It's artsy fartsy and cute, and I love this photo. I love how it has that green pop in the background. I think it's so cute. All right, so I am going to go ahead and commit to the placement of this title. I kept moving it up and down. I wasn't really sure if I wanted how high up I wanted it. So I went ahead and just made it like on the line above the top strip. You see what I'm saying? That top strip ends and the bottom of it is pretty much equal with the top of that strip. That's how I ended up doing it. I might have could have left a little bit of space in there. It would have been fine if I would have moved it up further. I think if I would have moved it down lower though, it would not have worked very well because it would be like on the same line as the top of the those strips with that label, and it just would have been like a big piece would be missing right there. So that would not have worked. I could have moved it up higher though, and it would have worked fine. As my finishing touches on this one, I am going to be using some gold sequins. So I'm going to put those down on the page. I like to use the Zots bling size, minuscule Zots to go ahead and put my sequins down. Now, a lot of these sequins are the same size. I was able to pull out a couple that were a little bit smaller, but I do have a lot of larger ones in this little pack. All right, guys, so my phone did cut me off, or yeah, my phone, it cut me off again. I just start talking and talking and talking, and I just don't shut up. And then it cuts me off because I'm not paying attention, I'm just talking. Okay, so what we did here is this was a scrap leftover from the Bloom with Grace, and I'm gonna go ahead, it is Saturday right now, it is Halloween, October 31st, but this catalog ends today. So they will take this out of the shop, and then if there's any left over, they'll end up putting it back in a few weeks or something. I don't know how they do that, but to my knowledge, this is the last day to get this. So that's why I'm gonna try and put this video up in case you want it. I did buy extra so I can show you the papers. Like the paper pack and the sticker pack come with 6 papers. The one with the sticker sheet comes with 6 papers and a sticker sheet. So here's one of the papers. I only pulled out 3 so you can see both sides. This paper is right here. I did not use the green on this one. Then we have this gorgeous one. I did not use either one of these on this one. And then we have the beautiful sunflowers. As a Kansas girl, I am like all in. So yes, I did buy extra of this. And then, so we did use this and we used this. And on this one, I went ahead and kept the branding strip on, or the zip strip, as close to my heart calls. I did go ahead and keep that on the paper. I think it looks so cute that way. And then here's the sticker sheet that comes with that. It is called Bloom with Grace. If you want to pick it up, this could be the last day that you can do that. BeckyBidding.closetoMyHeartWith.com, and it's called Bloom with Grace. Anyways, so this was not quite big enough for 8.5 and 11, so I had to extend it. Now I did have a piece of wood grain, this piece right here from this paper pack from Again and Again. I had a scrap of it. I think I've used both pieces out of here because I love it. So I used the scrap from here, Again and Again, and put it over here. And then of course I trimmed that down. I trimmed a little off this side, and then I trimmed a little off this side. So I had some more left over, so I used it to kind of be a placeholder for my title. And then I also used some to do a strip right here. Then we have got these leaves, so cute. Again, this might be the last time this is in the shop, I don't know, but this catalog closes today. Is the stamp and thin cuts that I got. How stinking cute. I have not stamped and cut out this boot yet, but I'm definitely going to. It is so cute, I love it. But these I have used so much of, and then I did stamp and cut out some here. I wasn't really proud of my coloring on this one, so I have not used the die cuts for that yet, but I do love the shape of the flower. I like how it cuts out. I might go ahead and stamp some more and just color them with my Spectrum Noir markers, also picked up over at Close to My Heart. And then I had stamped, I've used this stamp. Yeah, this is a really cute stamp set. I think I will get a lot of use out of it. I think it's really cute. I love this. I would love this for cards. The problem is, if you color this with markers and you want to send the card out, that's a lot of work for someone to throw your card away. That's the only problem. Okay, and then I had some gold sequins. I'm not sure where these gold sequins came from. I just had them, so I did put those down. And this label and this happiness came off a sticker sheet. I had a couple sticker sheets out, which you saw. I had some One Canoe 2, I think Heidi Swap, and maybe a Maggie Holmes. I don't remember, but I had a couple half-used sticker sheets out, so I pulled off of them. And after that, I didn't do anything else. I didn't even do splatters on this one. I thought it was so cute. This was really fun making it 8.5 by 11. I think I'm gonna try and do that at least once a week. I don't know if I'll film it or not, but I think I'm gonna, well, let's be real, I film almost everything. So probably it probably will get filmed, but I think I'm gonna try and make 8.5 by 11 once a month, or once a week maybe. We'll see. Maybe twice a month. I don't know. We'll see. This was a lot of fun. I'm not really experienced with this, but I think this is still keeping in line with what I usually like to do, which is simple. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you do want to pick up that Bloom with Grace, it is October 31st, so this is going to be your last shot to get it, unless they have leftovers and put them back up in the shop at a later date. I don't know, you know, if they will do that or not. Sometimes I feel like they do that sometimes, so who knows. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.